As part of a cultural response to the HIV/AIDS problem in South Africa, virginity testing is encouraged and practiced in parts of KwaZulu-Natal. A local municipality, uThukela, recently went one step further by offering bursaries to a number of girls who had undergone virginity testing successfully. This obviously is a controversial issue to many who believe that the rights of young women are being violated. There is virginity reality show now in the works, and if you're a virgin between the age of 16 and 23, the Virgin Ambassadors is looking for you. As the name implies, Virgin Ambassadors, I'm a proud virgin, will profile the lives of proud virgins for the country to see and prove that it's cool to be a virgin. Nozipho Ntshingila is the spokesperson of the Imbambazane Cultural Organization, and the purpose of the organization is to preserve the practice of virginity here in Gauteng. Who would have thought that such a cultural organization would exist here in Gauteng? And Nozipho, pleasure to have you with us here.
Thank you for having me.
Much appreciated. Now, it's hip, it's cool to be a virgin?
Yes, it is. For the longest time, virginity has always been associated with negativity, like, you know, with people saying that, oh, she's still a virgin, oh, it's so uncool, she's so uncool, or she's this and that, or she's so lame, or whatever. So nowadays, more and more people are coming out to say that they are virgins, and I think that's cool, because in a country where young women and girls continue to get infected with HIV/AIDS and getting pregnant every, I mean, just in the year 2013, 2014, we had about 20,000 school-going kids being pregnant, and above 7,000 of those were in primary school. I mean, that number is just, it's shocking. So I think virgins need to come out more to say, just to encourage and actually motivate their peers, and just to actually delay the process of having sex at an earlier age.
And of course, the whole peer pressure related issues come into play. Exactly what we said, that it's not cool to be a virgin, and you want to reverse that kind of thinking.
Yes. You know, like I always say that peer pressure will always be there, but it doesn't mean that we must now succumb to it or say that, hey, you know, peer pressure is here, like, let me just, you know, go and do whatever is being done in the name of what peer pressure and or whatever, like, it's because, sorry. But I just feel that, like, young people need not to succumb to peer pressure. They need to know what they want out of life, and just follow that direction and forget about what everybody else is doing, and just focus on themselves.
But you are not a teenager yourself.
No, I'm not.
Much older than a teenager.
Yes.
Am I right?
Very much older.
Because that thinking, the concept, the idea of virginity is associated more with teenagers, I suppose. So you would pass for a grown woman already. Others would say you should be having your own home, your own husband, and have all the life experiences that go with it.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 29 years old.
29 years old?
29 years old.
And you never succumbed to any pressure whatsoever up to now?
No, no.
Okay. Now, you said people are coming out in increasing numbers saying that they are proud to be virgins.
That's correct.
And when you say increasing numbers, your organization, how many members do you have?
We have a total number, like a total membership of 9,000 maidens. 9,000 maidens.
Where, in Gauteng?
All around South Africa. And the organization is growing because more and more, like just recently we reopened our camp. We always have what is called a maidens camp, where maidens get tested for virginity, and, you know, we do all other activities and, you know, just you know, motivations and stuff like that. So it just recently reopened for the year, and like the 5th of February, we had more maidens coming through to join the organization. Like, they've heard about Imbambazane, and they would love to be a part of Imbambazane and to be a part of what we do.
But what do you say to people who, like I suggested when we started the conversation, who say this is a violation of women's bodies and their rights to themselves to undergo such testing? And interestingly, I'm sure you've seen, it's more likely to come from women, that kind of criticism. What do you say to that?
I really don't get it, because I don't get whose rights are being violated exactly here when we have a 29-year-old, a grown woman who still does virginity testing. Surely I'm old enough to know if I'm being violated or something is harmful for me. So It's just, it's crazy really, because really you would think in a country where, like I said, like the rates of HIV/AIDS and teenage pregnancy keep on escalating, you would think that we would be initiating or coming up with programs to sort of reduce that number, or, you know, just having it done away altogether, like such all these social ills that are affecting young people in South Africa, and particularly women. So our rights being violated, I really don't get that. Like, I'm 29 years old.
That's why people would not even think that you live in Gauteng. They would say, oh, well, maybe this is a, let's say, rural KwaZulu-Natal idea that it would never fly here in Gauteng, an urban area.
Yeah, I was raised by a mother who was born and bred in KZN, so she instilled those values within me. And as much as, well, my mother had a child actually like at an earlier age. She was 18 years old when she had her firstborn, but her secondborn, she was 35 years old, which is me. Yes. So she knew that she had committed a mistake, and it really affected her life. So she didn't want, like, she had to stay away from it.
But what is the message that you take to young women, young girls now these days? We've used words like cool and so on, and there are so many attractions, especially in the cities, towns, townships, and other villages for that matter. You know, in the modern world, there's so much that is enticing out there that can make a young girl lose her virginity just like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how do you counter that? What is your messaging?
Well, our message, like, you know what, virginity testing is more than just about girls preserving themselves for marriage, because that's what people think this cultural practice is all about. Which we are here waiting to be married and looking for men to come and, you know, marry us. But it's actually what a health improvement or a health promotion like program for girls and young women. Like, it's actually all about leading a healthier lifestyle and staying away from activities that will actually, you know, put your health at risk. Because I mean, young kids having sex, they don't know how to, how to go about it. Like, they're just so irresponsible about it, and hence the number of, you know, teenage pregnancy keeps on escalating into HIV/AIDS. So like, I feel like the practice is actually most relevant in this day and age than it ever was in, you know, like the Stone Age that people think it belongs to. So that's our message going to the people, saying, hey, if you want to lead a healthier lifestyle, stay away from sex until such a time that you're old enough to actually...
But now some of the potential members of your organization are probably isolated in colleges, universities, high schools, and so forth. They don't know that there are like-minded people out there. Where can they get in touch with you?
We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. They can find Imbabazane Mahata Cultural Organization. We have a group and a page on Facebook and on Twitter, Imbabi Mahata. They can follow us, and that's like, it's an easiest way to get a hold of us. And actually, we've had more girls joining us in that form, and they'd be asking, okay, how do I now join officially? And we'd refer them to the closest branch, because we've got branches in.
Well, you know, it's an interesting movement that you are in charge of, and it's interesting to talk to you, Nozipho. Everything of the best to you, and of course I'm looking forward to when you guys start the production of your show. Then we can talk about the show as well. But still, within the cultural context of South Africa, a very interesting movement that you have started. Thank you very much for having been with us here on the show. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right, very strong-minded, as you can hear, woman here, Nozipho, talking to us tonight. And we hope that you found this interview very interesting, much as it might spark controversies out there. But hey, the girls, thousands of them, say they also need to find their own place and express their pride in themselves. And I'm sure we'll allow them the space to do so. We hope you enjoyed tonight's edition. Until next time, good night to you.